Hi, my name is Christina and I am your librarian here at Christina's Bookshelf, and today I am bringing you Skin by Christian Baines, published by Bold Stroke Books. Let me just give you this warning before I continue. This book is not, by any stretch of the word, a romance. If you're one of those people that go into a book and are like, I'm going to find the romance in this, I will put two and two together and everybody will be like, oh, look at that. No, this is not that kind of book. This is a general fiction with queer lead characters. It is a story for the purpose of telling a story. And let me tell you, holy crap balls, it is an amazing story. So before I gush and awe and tell you everything that is just blows my mind about it and how much in love I am, or how much, I guess, more in love with Christian I am with this, I'm gonna tell you about the story. There are four main characters within the story. We have Kyle, Mark, Ash, and the fourth being a paranormal contingent, which is voodoo, the black magic. And when we think of voodoo, I'm not talking about skulls and bones and let's sacrifice a live chicken and drain its blood. You know, like what you would normally think of voodoo and all the stories we've heard. The story takes place in New Orleans. We are going down and enjoying some New Orleans. Only we're not talking about Bourbon Street, Mardi Gras, fun, festive, clean New Orleans. Christian takes us to the back streets where there's slang. We are going to encounter racism, bigotry. The verbiage is horrendous. The characters we are going to meet are just absolutely vile. How Christian brings us at the beginning of the story is with a hate crime. We witness a murder. And you're like, Christina, why the hell now do I want to read this? Because it's a great piece of literature. And it's a tremendous mind trip. So let's talk about Kyle first. Kyle is a good old Southern boy who is kind of not accepted at home, and he picks up and he goes to New Orleans where he's going to make a new start. And this is where he meets Antoine. Antoine is a wonderful human being. I love this character. He is very just flamboyant. He's rather femme, but don't call him that. Antoine is Antoine. And he is who we meet at the beginning of the story. Christian has us instantly falling in love with him, and Kyle spends the rest of his time trying to find who murdered his lover. And then we have Mark. Mark isn't so much shy as he is kind of standoffish. He's very observant, wants to see what's going on, check his surroundings. He never feels quite comfortable, not even in his own skin. He's got the scarring on his chest and he really doesn't want to show it, but he's at a bar. He's there to apply for a dancing position. And this isn't some, like Chippendales dancing or cabaret dancing. This is a bar that's like pay to be gay dancing, if you catch my drift here. And this is also where we meet Ash, who is very outspoken, very brash. And at first I just kind of think that he's one of those loud people, who's just loud. I really can't explain it. And at first I was kind of like, I know this person, I can relate to this. So I kind of I liked him until I really got to know him. And then I was like, this guy is a complete douchebag that has some really big mental disorder or something's going on and needs some help. And then I was kind of yelling at Mark, like, what the hell are you doing? You need to get away from him. And then I was really yelling at Mark. There was a lot of yelling going on my end. At the characters, at Christian, at the universe, everybody was getting yelled at. And then we have the paranormal. It's very subtle. It kind of wisps through the story, has subtle hints and reminders throughout that there's a purpose. There's a reason why it shows up, a reason it speaks. And as we go further along, we can kind of see what paths we're going on and where this is taking us. And from the beginning, I had an idea. It was a very vague idea on a couple of things with the story, but I didn't know how we got there, why we were there, and what the hell was going on. And the more I read, the more I kind of got confused. Even with the paranormal hints, I was like, what the hell? And as the story got further and further, it was more towards the end, probably like the last third of the book, that I was kind of like jumping in my seat. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting it. It's coming together. This is so exciting. But at the same time, it was still tripping my mind. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe this. And then as we got closer to the end, I got more excited because I thought I knew how it was going to end. And I was just like, yes, yes. And then something happened and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? This is fantastic. And then I like flipped the page and I was like, are you fucking kidding me, Christian? This is not fantastic. And then I flipped the page and I was like, what? What the hell? What's going on? It was like just as quickly, emotions changed and merged and went here, there, like all over the place, just spewed whatever. It was so much fun reading this. I really would like to put like a word or a phrase on how I feel about this book and be able to put it in like a beautiful box and present it to you and say, this is Skin by Christian Baines and this is how I feel about it. But there's nothing to me that is just absolutely perfect in that sense that I can give to you and say that this is Skin. So here's how I'm going to give this to you. This book is raw, dirty, malicious, vile, vicious. It shows humanity in its basic human form. As I said earlier, and I want to repeat so we are not misunderstanding each other, vulgarity, racism, bigotry, hate crime, realism. But Christian puts this together, conducts it, orchestrates it into this absolutely just magnificent, beautiful, wondrous mindfuck of a fantastic piece of literature. Any ally queer person is going to struggle with some of the reading of this book, with the language, with what happens. But the moral of the story, the lessons that come out of the story, the writing, everything that Christian has put into this, every drop of his pen, so to speak, was a drop of his soul. And I found it mesmerizing. I enjoyed every bit of it, even the rawness. So I am giving Skin by Christian Baines 5 stars. I have no qualms about the story itself. I mean, obviously I have a lot about the vulgarity and the racism and bigotry, but that's the qualms I have about the world today that we live in, not the story that Christian has put together. I just cannot gush enough, talk enough, brag enough, whatever enough about this book. So what I am going to do for you is I am going to leave the Amazon link and the Bold Stroke Books link down below so you can click and be on your way. If you've enjoyed this review, I'm going to ask that you help me with that YouTube algorithm and give me a like. Leave me a comment. I love interacting with all of you guys. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I try to get something new out every Sunday through Thursday, but I honestly never know what time. And that is the magic of the subscribe button, is that you will get a notification when I have something new for you. If you're like me and think this chick's pretty awesome, down below I'm going to leave stalker links aplenty. Go, click, investigate, enjoy. If you have a book or an arc you'd like me to read, or some light editing proofreading you would like done, you can request via website. Skin by Christian Baines, published by Bold Stroke Books. I am giving 5 stars. Bye. Hi, my name is Christina and I am your librarian here at Christina's Bookshelf. And today I am bringing you Boy Puppet by Christian Baines. Just kidding. I am bringing you Puppet Boy by Christian Baines. I am formally and announcing publicly to the world that Christian Baines is my Canadian brother from an Australian mother. I freaking loved this book. There's so much dark, dry humor